You're now listening to the show about the shit in life that's just a bit too much, from the perspective of stand-up comics. With our hosts, Carmelo Bongiovi and Ken Krantz. This week's topic, the chase. This is a bit too much.
You know how you could bet on anything now?
Literally anything.
Like with, what are those called? What are those markets?
What do you mean, like prop bets?
Yeah, but you can bet on literally anything.
Yeah, sure.
Me and Covert were talking before, like, how could, like, I'm surprised there hasn't been like a jerk off challenge.
In who's
Like 10 dudes, yeah, like whoever, like first to bust.
Finish.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
it's like a sprint. Yeah.
Yeah. Like fantasy.
Dash.
Yeah, like fantasy.
You know what it
bean
is? There's no
snapping.
demand for it because there's just already a million videos of guys jerking off.
Yeah.
There's no demand. There's no demand for this, but we keep doing it. Like there's plenty of shit.
This is also two guys jerking off. This is, and as we get older, this is slowly turning into the lemon party. We're just two old gross guys jerking each other off every week. Tune in and watch us fucking peter out every week. I don't think there's a demand for that. I think there's so much gay porn. There's OnlyFans. There's a few people on OnlyFans making insane amounts of money, and like guys too.
Yeah.
And every time I hear that, I'm like, it's got to be just other guys buying that. There's no way the guys making...
Yeah, there's not straight women that have like, they're not paying.
At least not in
money.
abundance.
Do you know how many dick pics they have just in their spam folder or get airdropped to them?
Yeah.
Like they don't need to pay to see dicks.
No. But then again, like, guys don't need to fucking pay to see tits, ass, or fucking feet. Like you said before, that's a crazy one. It's like, there's people who spend like real money on a person's foot pictures, and you're like, but it's a foot.
Yeah, I don't get the foot fetish.
I guess it's so I was talking to another comic about me, Sicoli, and another comic were having this conversation, and she said there's something in a foot fetish where there's like a wiring in your brain. Like there is the way she described it was it didn't sound correct, but because she was making it sound very like there's a wire that goes from here to your dick, and then no, but like that's, she was like, basically there is a direct path from your arousal of your penis to your brain, and there is actually a crossed wire thing where like feet get in there. Like, and now granted, that doesn't sound medical. That sounds like somebody trying to explain something they don't know what they're saying. But I think that I've heard this concept of like, there is a thing that goes wrong in a brain where that gets diverted, and somehow your attention or arousal goes toward feet. Like there's something happens to you. It's not just, I think it's not like, are you an ass or a tits person?
Yeah.
I don't think that's what it, I don't think it's like you're an ass, tits, or a feet person. Like it's not on equal plane
No.
with what you would conventionally find attractive about a person. There's something that actually but it's like a big thing. It's
It's a huge industry.
It's a huge thing, to the point where you just see people putting out regular videos. Like, okay, here was my day at the, in Madrid, whatever. And it's like a reel of this person and her husband walking through Madrid, and their kids even walking through Madrid. And there maybe was like 2 shots of her in sandals, of the mom in sandals. And people are like, oh my God, free. It's like to the point where like people can't put out regular videos of themselves. I'm like, why are there so many? Especially if it's like something that goes wrong, how are there so many people?
Yeah.
That happens. Like, is there something in our entertainment or something that we're all exposed to that is just fucking breaking people? If it's actually like that theory of something goes wrong in your brain for that to happen.
I like that just some girl told you this at a show, and you're now
No.
presenting it.
It's not the only time I've heard that. It just the way she said it was very funny because she was like, a wire just disconnects and goes from brain to brain.
Yeah,
Like,
so
she said it very silly, but I have heard this. I have heard this theory before. That is like fetishes in general. There's like it's usually when there's something that goes wrong. There's like a break in the normal state. Like you weren't always that way. You didn't always have that fetish. You developed the fetish because something happened.
What's your like go-to porn?
Go-to porn is a bunch of. I was gonna say something completely stupid. I'm not gonna say it because that would it's just gonna sound stupid. I would say it's changed over the years. I think for when I was younger, I think I want to say like lesbian porn was like really my thing for a long time. But then it kind of, I don't know, it just kind of like felt lackluster after a while. I was like, I feel like more needs to happen.
They were like
here.
phoning it in.
Yeah, they're phoning it in. And you know what it is? I feel like I wanted to see myself in. Like, you want to be.
Yeah, you want to be able to picture yourself.
So there's
you want to
be
block out the dude entirely in your mind. But pretend that it's you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is hard
It's
when
hard
the guy's
to do
got an 11-inch dick.
Yeah.
Should we close that door, by the way? Because I've realized there's people walking around out there. There's just.
Well, they're probably shooting a porn in one of these offices. There's no other reason to be in this building at 9:00.
Podcasting or shooting porn?
Yeah.
I would say so. It's evolved over the years. The orgies were like a thing I liked for a little bit.
Really?
Yeah, because it just seemed like really interesting.
Orgies are too disorganized for that's too much chaos.
Too much. Not like 100. Not like these like spectacle orgies. Like 3-4 people. More of a threesome menage a trois situation. Now, yeah, I guess when you say orgy, it's more like. That's too many people.
Yeah.
Yeah. No. Okay. So maybe, I guess that's an orgy too, though. Isn't an orgy anything over 2?
I don't
really.
I don't,
right. I guess that's. But like, what classifies an orgy? Does that have to be over a certain?
I don't know. I feel like you can have a threesome or a foursome. Anything over that,
is an orgy.
That's an orgy.
Okay. Yeah. All right. So not orgy. Like threesome, foursome. Okay. 2 girls. I think it's like any of those things that you're like, oh, that would be nice. What's your thing? You're a big tits guy. And by that I mean you have great tits.
Thank you. They're natural. You're like no one ever believed. I actually never watch porn anymore.
I'm not I really don't either. Anymore.
Like once or twice a year, maybe at this point.
Like on occasions.
Yeah.
It's like St. Patrick's Day.
Yeah, no, I don't even like.
After the ball drop on New Year's Eve.
Like, oh, maybe I'll treat myself.
It's like,
but if
ice cream for you.
If I was watching it, I like stepsister or stepmother even. I like
it's a very common one.
Yeah.
You know what my problem with those is that the plots are always so stupid. They're never just straight up like porn will always lose me in the plots getting absurd. Like, you know what I mean? Like I need a little, unless she's just like, it's like going right to the set. Then it's like, whatever, you're just watching for that. But if there's going to be a plot, there's got to be some believability in it. Do you know what I mean? It takes me out.
No, I'm okay with an outlandish plot. Like
if I'm watching, I'm like, oh, I want to see those people do that. But I don't like the way they're acting. I have to fast forward through the whole scenario. I cannot watch the bad scenario. It's like for the same reason I don't like those Hallmark Christmas movies. You know what I mean? I'm like, this isn't real, okay? No one lives in a town like this. And then it's Christmas, and then a corporation, and then you got to save it from the corporation. Guess what? In real life, the corporation wins every time. Okay? The Hallmark movie is not, so I really have a hard time following. I could follow a sci-fi plot that's not believable, but if the acting is believable, I could follow it. And I have the same idea about porn. It's like if the stepmom, stepsisters thing, that could be a good one. But then if they're like stuck in the dryer, they do that thing like, oh, I'm doing laundry. Oh no, I'm stuck.
No.
It's like a common thing that happens in step porn. Like, oh no, my top half is stuck in there. And you could see that there's so much space for her to get out of the dryer because the camera's inside the dryer. Like this, I'm like, I don't believe it. I can't do it for me. It's got to be somewhat. It's got to be somewhat believable. None of it's totally believable.
I also like like landlord or real estate porn.
That was a big thing for a while. Real
Yeah.
estate porn became like which is so odd.
Yeah.
But yeah. See, those are good. Those are good because those are like,
Because
oh,
it's
that
like,
could
I'm
happen.
going to show you this house and I'm going to fuck you in this house and it's not even my house.
Yeah. Right. It's like kind of wrong.
Yeah.
Like someone else, I'm supposed to sell you this house. You're here without your wife. Like those scenarios. The wrongness is in porn is a big benefit. There's got to be something to it that's a little fucked up. Like not completely fucked up, but a
Right.
little fucked up. You know?
Like, I'm not trying
Like
to
the
watch.
landlord is another one.
Right.
Like you
Like,
can't
oh, I
pay this
can't
rent.
yeah.
That's a good one. That's a good one because that's like, oh, what a scumbag that guy is.
But it's transactional, right? Like, it's just good negotiating. You both come out with a win.
Pretty sure the landlord would be arrested.
Listen, not according to the landlord porn I've seen. These young ladies seem very agreeable.
Listen, I grew up.
And he's not the one. A lot of times it's the lady that's like, I
Oh,
can't
he
make
offers.
rent. Yeah.
But I can do something else for
Right.
you. Yeah, she's offering.
Right.
By the way, maybe it's just because of where I grew up. Landlords never look like you don't ever want to fuck a landlord in New York.
No.
The slumlords, those guys have 3 styes per eye. You know, I'm assuming similar shit on their junk. You know, yeah. I think porn's got to be, for me, it's got to be a little bit believable, or it's got to have no scenes, no acting.
Right. Like, but then that's amateur.
Yeah, it's got to go right to it, or I'm skipping over that shit because it's just like I can't. That doesn't take you out. That doesn't take you out of it when they're like really bad acting and shit. You're just like, nah, this is hot enough. It doesn't matter.
No, because I'm like, it almost feels like funny, right? So it's like,
Yeah, but I'm not into it if it's funny. Right? That takes me right. I don't know if I'm laughing. I'm like, all right, that was
no,
fun.
I didn't
That
mean
was funny.
like, I'm not like, holy shit.
It's
like,
not Beverly
that's-
Hills Cop.
Yeah, it's not like, but it's like cheesy enough that I can.
Yeah. See, but I like also.
But I don't even know. Do they even make, like, are there a lot of plots in porn anymore?
I don't know.
I don't
I
know.
really don't watch that much porn anymore. It's just not like thing I get around to, or I don't even think of it anymore. It's like for a while. It occupied a lot of my time.
I'm so old. Like, I remember, like, do you remember, like, Penthouse Forum?
Oh yeah,
Where it was just like people first off, there was nobody on the planet
Yeah, we
was
used to-
writing
we
in
used
the
to
Penthouse. It was just the editors.
yeah.
Because
I mean-
every letter was like, "Dear Penthouse, I never thought this could happen to me."
Yeah, right.
And then
Yeah,
they
yeah.
would tell you, and you would just read these letters, and that would be enough when you were a kid.
When you grew up in a time when you didn't have that content readily available, a hot story could do it for you.
Yeah.
You know, or like, dude, fucking Sports Illustrated swimsuit.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, my brother had a Sports Illustrated, like the regular Sports Illustrated subscription, and I think I want to say at the time you just got the swimsuit editions with the subscription. So I don't even think my parents realized they were paying for my brother's smut. But that was porn.
Yeah.
Dude, back then you could have jerked off to a good Sears ad. Do you know what I mean? Like a girl with just like this much belly button showing, you're like, oh
It's so ironic because if you had told me when I was a kid, like one day you're gonna have a phone that you can carry around in your pocket and you're gonna be able to access every piece of pornography that has ever been produced in the history of pornography.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I think I'd rather watch goats in wheelchairs, eat snacks. I'm good on the porn.
Well, what they
I want to watch a puppy and a chicken hang out.
what they should have also told you was by the time that happens, you're gonna not care about the porn anymore. You're gonna be old and you're gonna like get more joy out of watching the goats. But you know, like I mean, that was a different fucking time, man. Like we've talked about it on the show when I found my brother's stash of like his VHS tapes, and he had like I don't even know where he because they had like regular movie labels on them, with like Youngbloods, and there'd be Lethal Weapon, and they were just porn. But he had them on there because he knew my parents were going to go through the tapes. And they're like, oh, those are his movies. I don't even know where he recorded them from. But like before that, even like a swimsuit edition, just anything that just showed a woman. They weren't nude. I didn't have access to like porn magazines until I got a little older, and sometimes me and my friends would try to steal them from like a newsstand.
For my bar mitzvah,
Just couldn't buy.
we had a trunk of smut that got passed down
Oh, you told me this.
the
Yeah,
generations.
yeah.
So like on my brother's
Very
bar mitzvah,
unsanitary.
my uncle gave him a trunk full of old Playboys, and they're all from like the 70s and 80s.
Yeah.
And then my brother passed it down to me on my bar mitzvah.
Which is so funny because I feel like the way things are now, because of all the content people have, like if somebody, forget about the fact that it's just magazines, even just the idea that these were like women, these were photos that were taken 30 years prior to you using them, right? Like even the fact that the photos were even just that old,
Yeah.
this generation wouldn't even fucking understand that. This is a generation of kids that criticize millennials and call like millennial fashion and styles old.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like they wouldn't be like, and it would do nothing for them. Like I would imagine giving somebody, a younger person, a magazine of just like a very polished photo shoot, laying across a lush chair with like a she's naked but she's got like a big like a fur coat and just like a tit out. What was insanely erotic and sexy to generations and generations of people, I'd imagine would do nothing.
No,
Why would it?
it wouldn't.
Do you know what I mean? It's the
Like
same.
we had like softcore porn. How?
Right.
Like it was like porn that didn't show anything good.
Yeah, we had fake porn growing up. We had, Skinemax was
It was like PG-13 porn.
yeah.
I mean, you'd see titties, but there was never any. You wouldn't see any kind
you'd
of
see
penetration.
tits and you'd see ass, and you would then sometimes it was very clear that they were like humping into each other's like thigh, or it was clear that they weren't actually having sex on camera, and that was. But it was I get, what I guess is gone? Like erotic stuff is gone.
Yeah.
It's straight up fucking now. It's straight like let's get right to the penetration of it. And I think the only erotic thing that happens maybe is the fetish thing now. Maybe that's, hold on, I have a new theory. Maybe that's why fetishes are like kind of on the rise. Or maybe we just know more about them because of the internet. But maybe fetishes are on the rise because we're craving an erotic, it's wrong, like, oh shit, I got this magazine, I got this fucking,
Yeah.
the way we would have to smuggle porn, and by porn I mean anything. Literally, if there was a hot girl in a Macy's catalog, our generation jerked off to that.
Yeah.
It's because that was the only fucking thing we had. I remember finding cartoons to be attractive at a young age. You know what I mean? I remember
Heavy Metal. Do you remember the movie Heavy Metal?
I do remember Heavy Metal. I remember the certain cartoons like and I don't even think they were necessarily even that attractive, like even for cartoons. Like I remember finding April O'Neil in the Ninja Turtles attractive. That cartoon, April O'Neil, was not that. She didn't look like she wanted anything to do with anyone. She had a little short bob haircut. She wasn't very attractive. But I remember as a kid going like, "Ooh, there's something tingly going on when I watch April O'Neil." That's all gone. All the like teasing. This is kind of wrong. I shouldn't be looking at it now. That's like Pornhub.
Yeah.
And you've got a catalog of 7 million. I mean, I wonder how much content is on Pornhub, actually, like realistically. How many videos are on Pornhub?
It's crazy. I always love when you see like to purchase the full video. It's like, why would you give me enough? Like
Who's doing that?
Yeah, like who's finished and then like, oh, I need more porn.
Yeah, who's doing that? I also think the same thing about OnlyFans, though. Like, who is buying content from a person when there is all this porn? But I want to say that has to do with the fact that if you're receiving it from the person, it feels naughtier, sexier. I don't know, like hotter. Because there's people who also do custom stuff. Like you follow this person, you pay them amount of money, and then you go, oh, I want to see you step on a cake for me, or I want to see you fucking say my name when you touch yourself. You know, like there's like the custom aspect to it. So I guess that's a little different.
Farting in the cakes was big for a minute. Do you remember that? Cake farts?
I know exactly what you. Yeah. There became this. I think there was a point in time when it was like, what weird outlandish shit can we get these people to do? Because like these aren't just porn stars anymore. These are people that take requests.
Yeah. Turns out anything.
Yeah, they'll do anything. But I don't like people spend money, like real money, like a lot of it on OnlyFans, and there's people who make millions. I don't think that's a majority of OnlyFans creators. I'd imagine most OnlyFans creators are barely making anything from it.
I don't know.
And
I bet if you're, I feel like even if you're like a D or C list celebrity, you can do fine on OnlyFans.
Yeah. Or you see too, there's people on like TikTok that are like, got my secret links. They like promote it, which is very, very smart. So you get a following on TikTok, and then all the pervs go over and click through like 6 links to get to your thing. And that's a fucking moneymaker. I think all this shit is like because we don't have the teas anymore.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like we grew up with we wanted so badly to get the full access that these kids have now. So we had to just make shit out of, we had to like come up with what was hot. So we had to find small shit hot.
These kids can now talk to AI and be like, make me porn like this.
Yeah, that's a whole other factor that I'm not even thinking about, which is like you can upload a picture of someone. Which is also feels highly illegal. I don't know if it is or not. Like if you do that without someone's consent, or even a celebrity. Let's say you make a celebrity, Jennifer Aniston porn. Is that illegal?
I don't know.
I also think that about like not porn, but like you see these like TikTok creators that are just like out filming people and they're getting people in confrontations.
Oh, I hate that shit.
Are you allowed to do that? I always thought that was illegal.
I don't know.
Posting someone else's image without consent.
But think it seems to be if you're out in public, you can be filmed.
But aired? Like put out? Like filmed, like you can't stop me from hitting record. But if I put it on my TikTok channel, can I get in trouble for that?
I don't think so, because so many people do it, right?
Yeah.
Neighbors are constantly filming each other in confrontations.
Yeah, it does happen a lot. Usually racist ones. Those are the good ones. Those are the good ones when you see people like a full-on Karen get exposed for being just like a racist piece of shit. Those are very entertaining to watch. But all that, there's that aspect of it. But I don't know. A lot of that shit was fun to us growing up. Like going back to the like porn thing. But I feel like that also goes to the dating aspect. Every time, do you talk to young, like we talk to young comics and stuff. These people don't date the way we dated. Like the game of dating is very different. They don't like go on dates. There's like, dating apps and they hook up. But I feel like it almost goes to the same thing of like the porn. The like lead up and the anticipation of like meeting someone out. You get in their number. You're not even sure if they like you. You maybe go on a date. The whole lead up to like then that manifesting into a relationship or a friend who you have to like kind of hit on. And then you like whatever turned into relationships. I feel like when you talk to younger people now, like I have spoken to a lot of younger, whether comics or colleagues and stuff. And they're like, especially women, they're like, oh, no one asks us on dates. We don't go on dates anymore. Like that whole thing's gone. That was the most fun fucking part of the whole thing.
Yeah.
That whole pursuit was the whole game when we were growing up. That was the whole fucking fun. It was like, oh shit, I gotta get a number. Like the chase was fucking fun when you were dating.
That was fun, but also like you had to learn skills in order to get a date. Like you had to, like if you weren't super good looking, you had to figure out other shit. Like being funny. Or,
you had to be funny or eventually make money.
well,
Those are the only two things in my book.
but you had to learn. You had to learn how to talk to girls.
Right, even ugly dudes,
Or
especially
on the
ugly
phone.
dudes.
Like me and my wife, when we were kids, we would be on the phone.
Oh
From
yeah, dude.
10 o'clock at night till 3 in the morning.
Do you remember that shit? That shit was so fun.
Yeah.
That was so exciting. You'd like get
and
on
now
the
it's like you call it, like people will be like, why are you calling me?
Yeah, that's what you do when I call you. That's
Oh, well, yeah, but I mean, you know.
But we're not fucking. No, yeah. No, I know what you mean. It's like that was so fucking fun to have such distinct memory. When I met even my wife, and you know, we weren't teenagers when we met. That like staying on the phone till like one of you is like kind of like dozing off on the phone because you just have so much to say to that person. You're just enjoying their conversation so much. It's like that. I think there's a parallel there. What we just said about the porn, where like the tease and the lead up is all out. So now it's just like, how do we get to the point quickly? And I think you lose the whole fucking fun of it. You lose the whole, like, when you think about like any relationship, the whole pursuit of the relationship is it like when the relationship is then lasting. You probably still talk to your wife about like, oh, remember when we used to talk on the phone for hours? You probably still bring that up.
But we still do. We still, I mean, you know, we don't stay up as late as we used to, but we're still,
yeah. Now you got bedtime.
Well, we're still talking shit and laughing until, you know, like the minute it's time to go to bed.
Right. Exactly. But that is a foundation you guys built however many years ago. That was in high school, right? That's a foundation you built so long ago. Now that's just who you guys are. But if you don't, I mean, I'm sure you could still do that in a relationship. I'm sure younger people could still do that. But like because they don't have that whole like, you've got to go meet a person out in the wild thing. You know, like you can meet people online now. And that's like, I don't know, man. There was a thing like you go to a bar and you would have to work up the courage to hit on anyone you found attractive. Yeah. And it's a numbers game. Like you'd get rejected 6 times before somebody was like, all right, I'll let you buy me a drink. And that was buy me a drink. That was that was all they were letting you do was buy them a drink and giving you the shot. It was like applying to 10 jobs and one person's like, all right, we'll give you a screener call with HR. That's the equivalent of buying a girl a drink. And then you had to fucking actually be able to, once you had them there, you had to be able to talk. Yeah. I think these goons don't know how to talk these days.
No, I can't imagine like even the younger comics I know, like I can't imagine
you see how awkward they
them on the phone for hours with a girl.
I don't think they call each other at all.
No.
I don't think they use the call function of their phones that much. Right? Like, because we grew up with phones that only called people.
Yeah.
So calling, I mean, it was your house. You called those conversations you're talking about, those were house phones. Those were like, I gotta like go steal the portable phone from the kitchen, and hopefully my parents aren't gonna be like, why the fuck are you on the phone at 2 a.m? Like those, you know what I mean? Like there was a whole, like, you know what I mean? Like now your kids in there, like they're talking to people on like through text, on their phone all fucking night if they want to, and you have no fucking clue what's going on. Where like I remember distinctly in high school having such a crush on this girl and like having these late night conversations and having to go, you know, and I remember we had a beeper. We had beepers. I
never had one, but
that was like how we knew we could have the conversation. Like, okay, a conversation could happen. And then you'd have to go into the fucking, like I didn't have a phone in my room as a kid. I'd have to go into like a common space of the house when I should have been sleeping. Go steal the fucking kitchen phone, sneak back into my room, call. That person had to pick up in one ring because they didn't want to wake up their house. There was a whole fucking, that shit just, none of that. This would all be like.
We had so many kids in my house that they gave us our own line.
Oh, you had your own line.
So my parents, there was like the main house number, then the kids, 5 of us shared a phone.
Yeah. But do you remember calling a girl late at night and they had to make sure they picked up a lot of times before their family would fucking wake up? Like that was there was a whole system there. And that shit was fun, man. That was like a fun way to like, because there was like a whole, I don't know, there's a whole chase there. There was a whole like game you had to play. That shit doesn't exist anymore. We sound so old right now.
I know.
Because also, you know what a younger person is thinking? Like, yeah, exactly. That's fucking stupid.
Yeah. Why would you talk to someone for hours when you could send an emoji that encapsulates?
Or a dick pic. Like, they probably get to that shit much quicker, too. I'd imagine. That's got to happen much quicker.
That's what I'm saying. Like, we had to learn how to talk to girls, and now these guys are just airdropping girls pictures of their dick on an airplane.
Ken, what do you got going on? You have anything to plug? This is airing actually next week.
Next week, yeah, you could come see me Jersey Shore. You could come see me at oh fuck, I'm in the wrong month. You could come see me at Applejack's in Keensburg on Saturday, March 21st.
Ooh.
March 26th, I will be at the Dojo of Comedy. Oh, and another good local one for the Jersey Shore. We had Chris Covert in earlier.
Yep.
I'm actually on his show at the Vogel in Red Bank on June 27th.
Very cool. I will be at Union Street Brewing in Hudson, headlining on March 21st. It's Saturday, I believe. Saturday, March 21st. All right, goodbye.
All right, goodbye.